Hello, dear friends. I encourage you to do your own research and form your own opinion about what is happening in this great war of good versus evil. Opinion piece: dimensional shift, trust storm, time acceleration, war on consciousness, Russia announces Nibiru, the quantum age begins, white hats, time travelers, feeling of time speeding up, end of authoritarian control, Jupiter enters Cancer on Monday, Western resistance to a multipolar world. A mysterious black swan could trigger the shift. Humanity is passing through an evolutionary gateway. Let's start. The events are so strange that they can only be attributed to one thing. A true dimensional shift is underway, according to Saratoga Ocean. Your spiritual awakening occurred so you could be prepared for this moment, and the next few days will likely be intense for everyone. Let's face it, Sierra says. Most of the white and black hats are time travelers. They have been traveling for decades, if not centuries. There have been stargates and ancient technology under the earth for eons. Donald Trump told Celebrity Magazine in 1999, "I don't know why the time travelers are trying to kill me. I'm just a real estate developer." Now we know why they were trying to kill him, because they saw the future. Phoenix operation was not only successful, but also surgical. After weeks of continuous sabotage attempts, the last bastions have fallen. The emergency broadcast system is now under collision control, and the countdown has entered detonation mode. The QFS will serve as the infrastructure for each delivery of verified truth. Trust the storm. The gates of the old world are closing. The quantum age begins. According to Edward Snowden, digital ID is a weapon. By early 2025, Canada, Germany, France, and Australia were already conducting secret digital ID trials that linked social behavior and even political opinions, referring to citizens as behavioral units. According to Mr. Poole, modern tools of domination have evolved beyond traditional methods. We are facing invisible coercive technologies such as microwave-directed energy weapons and nanotechnological neural implants capable of manipulating human behavior remotely, which infringes on human sovereignty. The media says GSRA isn't real, that the IRS is operating normally, and that central banks are stable. But everything is unraveling behind closed doors. The system is shifting toward gold-backed sovereignty, while the media distracts with economic theater. The network has changed, and nothing can stop what has already begun. A mysterious black swan is expected to trigger change, causing a domino effect of currency revaluations worldwide. The global financial reset will redistribute wealth, expose hidden remedies, and restore freedom. Transformation. The current chaos is not a harbinger of doom, but an invitation to participate in the most significant transformation in human history. Saratoga Ocean encourages everyone to embrace their role as conscious creators, align with higher frequencies, and support one another as humanity moves into a new era. This dimensional shift or split is occurring exclusively at the level of vibration and frequency. At this moment, the dimension of planet Earth is being impacted by waves of very high frequency interdimensional energy. Simply put, there is a profound level of light occurring here, and there is a cosmic evolutionary power acting on this planet right now, and it is literally shattering the status quo. It's like when a glass suddenly shatters when a singer plays a note at a very specific frequency. That's why everything seems to be falling apart, and people in high positions seem to be losing their minds. That's why you see the controllers going crazy, trying to blow up the world with nuclear weapons. War is all they know. It's their way of surviving. Saratoga explores the idea that the current global chaos and rapid changes are not signs of the end of the world, but evidence of a profound evolutionary shift for humanity. It argues that humanity is going through an evolutionary gateway, a transition from a lower dimensional 3D existence defined by limitation, duality, and control to a higher dimensional 5D reality characterized by sovereignty, abundance, prosperity, and creative power. The sensation that time is accelerating and that changes are occurring at an unprecedented speed is interpreted as a sign of a shift in the energetic frequency of reality. This acceleration is described as a symptom of a transition to a higher dimension, where old systems collapse to make way for something new. For thousands of years, humankind has lived under various forms of control by a small elite. More and more people are reaching their limit and collectively declaring enough is enough, triggering a cosmic response and opening the possibility of a dimensional transition. Saratoga describes the 3D world as one of conflict, scarcity, and suffering, and contrasts it with the 5D reality of peace, abundance, and remembrance of our true nature as cosmic creators. The current upheaval is presented as humanity on the threshold of this shift. While acknowledging that advanced technology has been used as a tool of control, Saratoga suggests that this same technology is now exposing corruption and is accelerating the spread of truth, thus becoming an instrument of liberation. Russia announces Nibiru. On May 25th, the Princess of Nibiru reached the Russian press, both on television and in print and in digital media, as if it were a coordinated announcement. The object was seen in Soho and reported on by the Solar Astronomy Laboratory IKI-RAS on its Telegram channel. The laboratory published the results of the ensuing debate, with Nibiru as the likely culprit. The bird had wings and was estimated to be 10 times larger than Earth. Nibiru is 4 to 5 times the diameter of Earth and has a double helix or dominant moons rotating behind it. In other words, the wings of a bird. Jupiter in Cancer. Jupiter in Cancer 2025-26 by Teresa Toadhay. On Monday, June 9th at 4:03 p.m. CDT, the planet with the giant red dot will enter the sign of Cancer. Jupiter, the personification of joy, luck, growth, and expansion, will finally take a vacation after a year in the sign of Gemini. While Jupiter was on Gemini, it was awkward. It's like arriving at a noisy party. Everyone is talking, but it's hard to distinguish who is saying what or process all the information because there is so much activity. But when Jupiter is in Cancer, it feels more like being on vacation with friends, like hanging out in a beach cabana, enjoying drinks under an umbrella, fresh towels, and perfect weather. It doesn't take much effort to get what you want. which means you might also feel a little carefree, as everything feels so easy and relaxed. But Jupiter isn't all rosy for everyone. When we have Saturn in Aries, the world could change, with countries taking hostile measures in the name of safety. That's why I've mentioned many times that the summer you might feel like the whole world is on fire, while your personal life could blossom beautifully. And while we tend to focus on Cancer's positive traits, there is also the potential for martyrdom or aggressive passivity. Jupiter can amplify both the positive and negative aspects. Overall, though Jupiter in Cancer brings good vibes, a sense of well-being, and desire to express love and emotional understanding. Breaking news. Rectification. President Trump was never on the Lolita Express flights to Epstein Island. In fact, he kicked him out of Mar-a-Lago for flirting with an underage girl. Trump turns Wall Street into a cryptocurrency haven. Banks are looking for a weapon to compete with new currencies. Trump's Truth Social account censored. Trump says Musk would face a very serious consequences if he finances Democratic candidates. Vice President Vance believes that people stab each other in the back in politics. Vance says he hopes Musk returns to the fold after the dispute. Elon Musk's alleged drug use comes to light after his conflict with Trump. Elon Musk's father arrives in Moscow to attend the Future 2050 Forum on June 9 and 10. Kiyosaki shares Elon Musk's fears about rising debt, while criticizing the debt for printing money to curb deficits. Trump and Musk finalized their divorce with an all-out war between them. Musk could lose billions of dollars in contracts with the administration. Now he's threatening to create his own political party. Will Trump and Elon Musk get back together? Political claims that signs of trust are emerging. The White House scheduled a call with Elon Musk. Trump says the relationship between him and Elon is going great. It's never been better, in quotes. This is crazy. According to James O'Brien, this was not just another 4-year election, but a crossroads in the history of our civilization that will determine whether or not we, the people, regain control of our government. According to Ariel Proletario 1, Elon Musk's SpaceX program is not a visionary leap for humanity, but rather an escape hatch designed for the dark side to evade the cosmic justice of the solar flare, a prophesied event that will cleanse Earth of malevolent entities by 2030. The latest prototype spacecraft, launched in April 2025 from Boca Chica, Texas, includes reinforced hulls clad with a proprietary alloy, reverse-engineered from a 1947 Roswell fragment, capable of withstanding the solar radiation levels protected for the flare. Other news. Russia launches a nighttime attack with 250 missiles and drones. Ukraine intercepts almost half. China will accelerate the export of rare earths to European Union companies. The King of Morocco grants a pardon to more than 1,500 prisoners for the Feast of Sacrifice. Spain. The ban on commercial calls from mobile phones goes into effect. Shortage of 860,000 homes, half of them in Madrid, Barcelona and Valencia. Spain and Portugal urge France to set commitments for electrical interconnections. Spain and Belgium seize 60% of EU cocaine. Movistar suffered a cyber attack that exposed personal information of millions of users. The government approves the Verano Joven Young Summer 2025 program, which discounts for train and bus travel. Americas. Attempt to kill Miguel Uribe, Colombia's presidential candidate. Argentina's reserve built stalls as dollars free. Pope Leo XIV receives Argentine President Javier Milei at the Vatican. Less than 15% of Argentine students reach the level basic mathematics. Deforestation in the Brazilian Amazon increases by 92% year-on-year in May. International conflict is due to Western resistance to the trend toward a multipolar world, said Bolivian analyst José Hugo Moldiz Mercado. And that's all for today. Thanks a lot, dear friends.